What is happening, my friends? Welcome back to another episode. Listen here, pimps and wimps. I'm going to need y'all to hit like and subscribe. Today we're going to be learning how to get your Mustang to three-wheel motion like the gangsters from the 90s. So let's pretend like the West Coast is the best coast and get right to it. So right off the bat, this tune is kind of exaggerated. It's more than you really need, right? But the point was, I just wanted the front end to get up really high and look really cool. So you got the ride height all the way up, pretty much. You want to put a little bit of a rake in there towards the back, but ride height really high. You want your spring rate in the front to be probably about 3 times stiffer-ish than the rear. The rear, you want it just all the way down. You want the rear end to really squat down. Now, the rebound for both the front and the rear, I've lowered it down. Rebound is going to be how much or how forcefully your shock expands after it is compressed. So you want that to happen fairly slowly. That way the front end will kind of jump up and the ass end will squat, and that's going to hold that position. It's going to make your car look like it's three-wheeling. In terms of the toe and the camber and a whole bunch of other things on this car, honestly, I just don't feel like it makes a huge difference, but the sway bar is definitely going to do some work here. So your rear sway bar, you want it to let the rear end move as much as possible, but your front sway bar, you want to keep that front end kind of square. And so the motion of the back end compressing and the front end not wanting to give is what is going to make that front tire come up off the ground. When it comes to the wheels and tires, you can pretty much do whatever you want, but you have to remember that when it comes to traction, you're going to want a fairly big tire in the back because you need the car to make enough grip to sort of like force that front wheel up. Now, in all of the rooms that you see me in all the server rooms, I am running 100 adhesion. So the car will do plenty of three-wheel motion with just 100 adhesion tires. If you turn it up, the entire effect just becomes bigger. It becomes more dramatic. Now it'll carry the front end up off of the ground all the way through the turn. Anytime you sort of like let the car bog a little bit and it finds a little bit of extra traction, it'll bring the front end up. It brings it up all the time at that point. So this is a little bit of footage of what it looks like when the car is on 120. Front tire profiles, like a lot of this stuff is sort of like left to your own flavor. If you want your track width to look like this or your camber to look like that, but when it comes to the rear settings, that's really what you need to focus on. This car makes a ton of power. It's making 1,400 horsepower, and I've got the max torque all the way down. That way, it does the V8 thing. Gear ratios, I don't even remember what factory gear ratios were here. So you just take a peek at them, but basically, you just want your car to be able to rev out. This is a car that, if you kind of look at the realness of it, like the real world version, somebody like Denofa or even JTP, these guys turn lots of RPM out of these cars. So that wheel speed that it creates can really be kind of a double-edged sword. It's nice to have that open-ended, almost unlimited wheel speed, whenever you're making like long connections or once you got the car settled in and you can just pour it on, that's all awesome. But in the middle of switchbacks and trying to keep up with or stay close with some of the slower drivers or whatever. I'm not even dogging people, you know what I'm saying? I like chasing the slower guys. But you kind of have to pedal the car and you gotta tame the beast. So this car is an absolute monster. This car will do everything. You know, it really will, including spin out if you give it a little bit too much sauce. So, you know, this is definitely a fun tune, a quick car. It kind of hits all the right marks. So this is a car that I spent a lot of time driving. I spent a lot more time driving it just making this video, man. I just sort of caught myself like out there just turning laps. It's just really just turning laps, just having a good old time. And that's the point, you know. All these driving games, they're meant to be driven. So you guys get out there and have fun. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna let you guys watch some more of the footage. But yeah, man, we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Like, hang out. Like, we're gonna be doing a lot more of this stuff. So we'll see ya.